defensively we're not doing well, and going forward, Mohamed Salah is not like returning properly.
Yeah.
Returning meaning coming back to defend.
Getting returns. Like
wasn't get you like 4 goals so that we concede in billion is how.
Return on investment.
Exactly.
Like KPIs.
He's doing an Aubameyang. That's why, bro. Si ashapewa. Ni Mwafrika ashapewa 300k khalas.
Nah, he's a good player than Aubameyang.
Bro, Adebayor, same thing. Remember, went to Man City, giving hella
this
money,
one's Arab
did
like you.
nothing. Huh?
This one is Arab. Like
So he would know better. He's
Trust
telling
me.
you.
Trust me. That guy is on this shisha thing right now. Ako shisha na baby mbaya. So, bro, okay.
That's
minimum 8 Land Cruisers. I guarantee.
Nah, he is Muslim. It's not like Aubameyang like that.
So what? Buying Land Cruisers is halal as far as I'm concerned.
He didn't say Lamborghini Land Cruiser.
He said Land Cruiser, bro.
No, like he doesn't buy like those a lot of things like Aubameyang.
But he celebrates Christmas.
Just Christmas tree.
Just Christmas tree.
Is so cheap. Naim can afford that.
Wow.
Unnecessary. Zoom. How many months do you think you'll last at the top?
7
months.
7 months.
Oh, that's ambitious.
There's a season Arsenal
Wait,
on top in 2014 when we had Suarez. I remember we played them. We were number 4 and they were number 1. I think around Feb, and we beat them like 5-1 at Anfield. So we've seen this before, where Arsenal like can lead the Premier League for so many months and still like fall down. So it's coming. It's been written.
Your October schedule, Mona.
Easy wins.
First 3 games after international break, you're getting a point.
Tottenham, 3 points.
Yeah, you're losing 3 points.
If you could win United.
It would have been 12
If
points.
you could win United.
It would have been 12 points if they didn't postpone that Man City game. Wallahi, they would have taken such an early, massive lead in
Let
the
me ask
league
you
race.
now,
Oh my God, it would have been so nice.
Are you now wishing City to drop 1 points?
Huh?
Are you wishing City could
I'm
drop 1
supporting
points?
United. International break.
You didn't see him say Ten Hag were behind you.
Yeah.
Watch out. You should have
Wallahi.
that.
But we're only 3 points behind you.
Yeah, but I don't worry about you guys, obviously. That's why I'm supporting you.
Tottenham are still unbeaten though.
Who?
Tottenham.
Not after the international break. Again.
I'm talking about now.
Wait, so the only team that hasn't lost is
City and Tottenham.
Tottenham.
And Spurs, yeah. Imagine Spurs of all teams.
Now naongea ni kama ndo unbeaten.
But you know how Spurs
Spurs
go,
are,
man.
yeah, Spurs, they play like Spurs, but then again, those play like Conte. Like they'll bottle something and then same time they will just come.
They'll defensively bottle something at some point. Lazima.
Even you people at some point. We know you.
This Spurs team doesn't have Conte's fingerprints. Like
Bado.
Like his Inter team, it's not solid. They don't attack.
Yeah, that's
they
true.
don't look good. When
Even
they
his
play
Chelsea
football,
team
like,
was good, man.
I feel
Like they
like-
played good football.
This is first full season, don't name. Like,
I feel like this team is just getting by, man, with the results. Luckily,
Sana.
in the top
Sana,
6,
Sana,
no,
Sana.
I think in the top 6 they're the weakest right now.
Top
Them
6?
and Chelsea. Yeah.
No, it's definitely Liverpool.
Oh, definitely.
top 6,
definitely
it's Fulham.
It's Liverpool.
No,
Brighton.
No,
No, but Liverpool out
I
of
mean
top
like
six.
the big 6. The big
No,
6.
wait.
You say top
the
6.
big six,
We are not
the
in
The
the
big
top
big
6.
six.
in the big 6 in terms
Liverpool
of
is
form.
definitely the weakest.
See, I took
In
top
terms of
6.
form.
Huh?
I took top 6.
No, the big 6 clubs.
Big six.
Big
Big
6.
six.
I think
Oh,
it's
yeah,
Liverpool and Chelsea.
Yeah.
I think it's
What do you mean you're the
Actually, I
weakest?
think
Spurs and
Liverpool
Chelsea.
edged Chelsea out.
You think so?
I just don't see Chelsea losing 4-1 to Napoli.
When are you coming for your annual thrashing?
Hey, Napoli played.
We're going to win that group.
Is it because Napoli thrashed you guys as well? That's why everyone's scared.
Thrash 2-1, thrash. What you doing that? It was luck.
Only-
Thrash
only
2-1.
one chap
That
at
will
home
jump-
then, huh?
No, listen. Ichela kunanga ajalishangi.
Zoom, I am so sure we're going to win that group, the Champions League group.
That's the only thing you'd be winning this season, though.
It's Champions League.
Wallahi.
Yeah, it's because we lost 4-1 to Napoli, and that's just one game in the Champions League. You can
Eric.
actually lose 3 games and still win the Champions League.
Eric, how do you think Klopp is going to sort out that
Wallahi,
issue? With
there's
Trent,
something very
with
wrong
Trent,
about your team.
That, it's at the left side of the defense.
Right
The left
right
side,
side.
the center, the up
Because that's
front
why you guys
position.
are targeted every game, man.
How many questions do you have? Because I want to take all the questions
Okay,
from you.
listen,
You can
let's-
start
La,
with
la, la,
mine.
start
Start
with
with
this
my
one.
question.
Yeah, start with the question because the Napoli game, almost all the goals came from the right.
Yeah, from Trent's side.
Like almost all.
And there was no effort.
Even the United game when we beat you guys at home 2-1.
You beat us.
We beat you. We good.
Van Dijk, remember?
We good.
Remember Van Dijk watching the game like us at home? Only that he was wearing a kit.
Let me explain now. Let me explain.
You're supporting his team.
Umauliza how Klopp is going to work on that side, Trent side.
Yeah, the Trent side.
Stop reading notes.
It's the table. I was checking. I was
Because
telling
a
you
lot
what
of people,
We're still top.
A lot of people are saying that the issue.
No, me, I'm looking from number 2, and it's Man City.
Oh, you've written off number 1. Nice one, bro. I
A
like
lot
it.
of people think the issue is midfield, but I don't think the midfield is that big of an
I think
issue.
it's
I
one
think
of-
it's that right
Walking
side.
out, walking out.
Midfield controls the team, and if you look at how we've been playing the last couple of seasons, it's the same way Trent commits is how he's been committing the last couple of seasons. There's no difference. The issue is the right side is exposed right now. We're not getting defensively. We're not doing well, and going forward, Mohamed Salah's not like returning properly.
Yeah.
Returning meaning coming back to
Like,
defend.
no, like,
falling back.
getting returns. Like
Or then
FPL
get
top.
you like 4 goals so that we concede a million is out.
Return on investment.
Exactly.
Like KPIs.
Where's the level?
He's doing an Aubameyang. That's why, bro. Si ashapewa. Ni Mwafrika ashapewa 300k khalas.
Nah,
Kisha.
he's a good player than Aubameyang.
Bro, Adebayor, same thing. Remember, went to Man City, giving hella
No, this one's
money,
Arab like
did
you.
nothing. Huh?
This one is Arab. Like
So he would know better. He's
Trust
telling
me.
you.
Trust me, that guy is on this shisha thing right now. Ako shisha na baby mbaya sahi, bro. So, bro, okay,
That
minimum
sounds like-
8 Land Cruisers, I guarantee.
Nah, he is Muslim. It's not like
Salah.
Aubameyang like that.
So
He
what?
is someone
Buying Land
like-
Cruiser is
doesn't-
halal
no,
as
he
far as
doesn't
I'm
buy
concerned.
those
He didn't
in
say
the end,
he didn't say Lamborghini Land Cruiser.
He said Land Cruiser, bro.
No, like he doesn't buy like those a lot of things like Aubameyang.
Just-
he's a
just-
politician.
Oh, but he celebrates Christmas.
Just
huh?
Christmas tree.
Just
Christmas
Christmas
tree
tree.
is so cheap. Naim can afford that. And
Wow.
Unnecessary.
So nilikuwa nakwambia ya Trent. This season, Hendo's form is the reason why that side is not working properly. When Hendo is playing for us, he's able to cover Trent and is able to allow Trent to connect with Mohamed Salah properly. Everyone is taking advantage of our right side because of that void that we have right now at midfield. Number 2, the first couple of games when Thiago played the first game, he got injured. So the next couple of games we did not have him. We played Avi Elliott, Fabinho, and Milner.
Even Fabinho was out like a game, I think.
Yeah, Avi Elliott doesn't help when it comes to defending. Off the ball, is not in the game. My opinion is that Avi Elliott is a good player,
He's
but
half the size of Thiago. What do you want me to do?
but for me, you should be able, let's say, Curtis Jones offers more than him defensively. You should be able to, like, let's say, play like the last 10 to 15 minutes. When you have Fabinho and Thiago, let's say like the last game that we played
Everton.
Ajax.
Ajax.
Ajax in the Champions League. You could say at least we're controlling the midfield. Probably we were not as good as we may want, like last season, but you could see there's a big difference from the previous 3 games to that game. We played at least better. We controlled the game from
No,
the midfield and off the ball.
I don't think so because after that
You
game,
guys give away chances.
No,
man.
no.
Daily Blind
Ajax
could have
games, if you
scored
look-
the
Wallah,
second
Daily
goal
Blind
for
missed that
Ajax.
sitter,
Yeah, those
man.
are chances that are in every game.
You know
but
how old Daily Blind is?
listen,
38.
My
It's not
issue
that
is
age.
Trent and
It cannot be that
Gomez.
age. It's
My
naive if we
issue,
continue.
Trent Gomez and Van Dijk. They are not showing any desire when it comes
yeah,
to
like the game that we
defensive.
played Napoli.
want to pick on
Defensive.
Van Dijk.
Okay.
I want to ask
The
you a
games that we
Defensive
played,
actions,
the
man.
game that we played like Napoli away 4-1.
Guys are just
You
walking.
could blame like up to 9 players. Probably someone like Luis Diaz was probably like one of
The only
mwenye
player
alikuwa
who
anajikaza.
played.
And
Exactly.
I saw this. Diaz only plays well when you guys are losing. Like mkiena
That's
goal
not true. He
down.
played well when he beat you 4-1 at Anfield, 4-0.
That was last year.
Yeah. No,
Why
last
are you bringing
season.
last season?
No,
man?
no,
It's a
no.
whole new studio and then you're saying...
No, he's made a statement
have a
that
new
is not
sign,
factual.
No, but I'm saying, listen, Diaz anangoja concede ndo anza kukimbia kama mwendo wazimu.
Alafu akicelebrate. Asira.
You're talking about celebrations.
Listen, I want to ask
No,
you a
you're
question.
talking about celebrations.
Yeah, we celebrate being top of the table.
You over celebrate.
No
You
such thing,
do.
bro.
You
No
had a
such
whole
thing, bro.
post-match program when you played Fulham.
You can't say that and you have
Post-match program.
They did.
We
Didn't
beat
you
Fulham.
see-
What did you guys do? What did you guys do against Fulham?
Did you watch on Beansport?
post-match program.
Post-match
You know,
program.
there's the issue of, you see,
Endelea.
this is how you celebrate after the game. Like, you thank the fans like Klopp does, like, yes, we're in, like, 3 points.
You mean he pumps the fans 3 times?
These people, after the game, they brought everyone, like Michael Teta, the photographer guy from the documentary, like the earphone guys. He took you were even close to bringing your family to that day.
Yeah, why not?
It's over celebration when you beat a team like Fulham.
Also, you're celebration police now.
No,
just
but he has a
it's
point.
standard.
Sergeant
Bro.
Eric, celebration officer.
You know what happened to the Arsenal?
What are you
You
gonna
never
do
used
to
to
us?
do this.
What are you gonna do now?
From celebrating Invincibles to celebrating beating Fulham.
A win that day. Fulham
That is
looked
a
like,
massive
oh, no,
fall.
Fulham looked like the former Premier
I
League
rate it,
champions.
you know. I
And
rate
these
it.
people are looking like the
Celebrating
team
everything.
from the championship that day.
And Brentford. Remember, we also beat Brentford, so over celebrated.
Everyone beat
I
Brentford.
love it.
What?
Not everyone. No, please.
Hey.
Hey, no. Let's not get it twisted. The only other team that's beaten Brentford at home in the league is Man City so far.
Well, they
Nobody
haven't played
else.
so many teams. They played only 7 teams.
You guys didn't beat them
We've not played them
at home last
this season.
Did you
No,
beat them at home?
You told me to talk about
Did
this
you beat
season.
them at home?
What did you tell me?
No,
We talk about
throughout
this
their
season.
history in the Premier League, nobody's beaten them. At home in the Premier League history, nobody's beaten. Brentford
This
at
season,
home.
we're gonna beat them.
Except
Nobody
us
has
and Man City.
beaten
No.
them at home.
From the top 6 sides, yeah.
We beat them
Oh,
last
from the-
season at home.
No, you
We
didn't,
beat
bro.
Are you
them
guys even
twice
like top
last
6?
season.
Still part of Big Six?
We beat them twice last season, bro.
No, you
You're
didn't.
talking.
There was
so
a talk
much
last season
people.
unless I should replace you
The
guys.
point is, I'm enjoying this. I'm celebrating everything.
That's fine for now. It's in September.
Yeah, but now stop deflecting because
Okay.
let's get back to Van Dijk.
Nice.
Why doesn't he ever put in a defensive block? Like, why does he always do the hands behind his back thing? Why doesn't he ever just slide in at any point?
He doesn't want to commit to make a
Why?
mistake. This is
Why?
how he defends. That's,
Yeah, but then you guys get
that's
banged.
Its way of Van Dijk will concede like
you guys
at
have
least
gotten banged 3 times minimum this season because of that.
per season. Van Dijk will concede like
Against
let's
Zaha,
say.
against
That
Sancho.
was not Van Dijk's problem.
It was. He
no,
could have
it
slid.
was
He
Ned
could have
Phillips,
slid.
man.
Could have
Do
slid.
we need to play those
Could have
clips
slid.
right now?
Could have slid.
No.
Zaha.
Before Ongeze,
Uh-huh.
we beat them 6-1 last season. Brentford. 3-1 and
What's a
3-0.
cup?
No,
Shut
3-1
up.
and 3-1
Exactly,
at their
good
home, 3-0 United. So yeah,
Yeah, but we don't count you guys.
See, you're making wrong points.
I was talking about top 6 sides.
No,
All
no,
of facts.
I was talking
Funny,
about
you
top 6 sides.
Oh, but they're in top 6 right now.
Funny guy. Funny guy.
Bro, you've lost that one.
Funny guy.
I'm talking
He's
about top
cornered.
6.
We've cornered him. He has
You've
nowhere
been fouled.
to go, bro.
that's how you get away with nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah, ladies
So
and
yeah,
You
you
don't
talking-
check everything next
You're
time.
talking
We got
about post-match program, eh?
No,
Lala, I
Germany
want to know why Van Dijk doesn't block. Why doesn't Van Dijk make defensive challenges?
Oh no, like the game that
Is it because he's afraid?
the aura has to come back. The game that you say
What aura? I think the aura was actually just Matip's and Alisson's. That was the real.
That was
Last
a
time
real aura.
he
That was a real
committed.
aura.
Last time he committed, it was Minamino and then they bought him. So I think on Ogopa,
Oh yeah.
they'll be buying so many players.
Listen.
Klopp anaona kila mtu.
Van Dijk wants to be sure when he's trying to commit, when he wants to make that tackle, he wants to be 100% sure.
Okay, when he's
So-
making that tackle, why
want-
doesn't he block the ball?
You see that like the
Why
game that we
isn't he
played
ever sure,
Crystal
man?
Palace.
Why isn't he ever sure? Because he's never doing it. When's the last time he actually made a
Listen.
goal-saving challenge, Eric? Can you
Don't
remember
exa-
one?
don't
No,
exaggerate.
please.
Listen.
Answer this question, please. Just give me one
Yeah.
moment. So, last time he made a
Give me
goal-saving challenge.
Give me Ajax.
Minute Ngapi.
But you see, most of the
Minute
times,
Ngapi.
most of the times,
Minute Ngapi.
Okay,
I'll go
listen,
scroll right now.
listen,
I have
most
the
of the-
STV app right now. One time.
That's what me I talk. So that's all that I give you. Most of the time, most of the times, these forwards rarely even like let's say go to Van Dijk when let's say they're attacking. There's a clip I think I saw last season. Which team were we playing? I think that team was making an attack, and then the guy who had the ball, like if you're going to Van Dijk's
So what
way.
you've given me is an instance of some imaginary team and some imaginary
Nah,
player.
I'll send you that clip.
Where
I'll
Van Dijk
send you
actually
that
blocked the
clip.
ball.
I'll
So
send-
now
but-
are you convinced
No,
by this bullshit?
So that's
but
why
we've seen Van Dijk making these circles in the Premier League before, where he's
When
been
he was playing for
perfect.
Southampton.
He's been for Liverpool, and
Last time he
Wait.
did that when he played Southampton, Rashford made him eat grass.
Yeah, Martial actually.
that's
Yeah,
so maybe it's just not his strong point. Maybe he's just like a really buff.
There's nothing
and,
wrong.
And man bun per
But when you
Mertesacker.
mentioned to me like the game where he played Crystal Palace, where Zaha scored that goal,
He could have.
First
he could
of
have
all, no,
challenged.
he
He could
was
have
too
just
far.
jumped.
No, he was too far zoomed.
See, that's the difference.
No,
is
we're
that
gonna have to play that
John
clip
Terry,
now.
Vidic, Tony Adams, them man, right?
You don't
They-
even have to
wallahi,
go
they
far.
jump.
Lisandro
Lisandro
Martinez,
Martinez.
he would have
Telling lies
tackled.
because
Yeah, but
Nate
he's
Phillips,
short. He jumps.
Your height mate, bro.
No,
Just come
Isaac
on, man.
Fika,
Nate
bro.
Phillips
Still has
made
one of them,
Isaac
man.
Fika.
Nate Phillips made the
And he has to
mistake
move his legs much faster.
for that goal, and Van Dijk was too far to make a tackle or even to like repair him. So you cannot say that Van Dijk should have saved that one.
But he's fallen off. True or false?
We cannot
Van
say
Dijk,
that.
Van Dijk,
No, no, no.
Van Dijk as a defender this season has fallen off.
can't.
Of course,
Why
Van
can't
Dijk
you
has
say that?
defined the epitome of defending. Like,
Wait. What did you just say?
He's defined
For
the
Liverpool,
epitome
bro.
of
Before
defending.
that, they had
What do you
Skirtle,
mean, man?
they had Rupia, and freaking Jamie Carragher.
Issue hata
Labda for
hata
Liverpool.
mnipatie chance ya
For Liverpool.
kuongea ama
Not that for Liverpool, not for the rest of the world. Bro, have you seen who these guys? These guys had Mamadou Sakho, bro. Anything above that, lazima. Alhamdulillah, wanashukuru.
I'm
man.
going to
Somebody
define the
just
epitome of
Epitome,
defending.
yeah.
Of what? Of defending, bro.
Just like Trent redefined the right back role.
Jerry told you what about Trent?
He's like, he said he redefined the role to essentially
said
now don't
be-
give a fuck and never give any effort.
He said better than Daniel Alves, man.
So Eric,
So-
we're seeing a pattern here. Your
What I'm
defenders are
telling
getting
no,
exposed.
Naim asked me a question. Like, it's not as good as it was. That's true. Our team right now in 2022, we're not as good as we were, let's say, like last season. Last season, we went all the way out for everything. And do we expect this burnout for every team? You cannot understand because we've been playing one competition Saturday to Sunday.
But I will now.
No,
But I will now.
no, listen.
I want to
me.
defend you, too. But please, give me something to work with.
Ukuna sisi hapo, why are you defending me?
What do
How are
you
you going to
mean?
help me?
We were playing multiple tournaments.
So,
Yes,
Naim,
we
for
were in
the
the
Say
Champions
took a week
League
tournament.
last season.
Say took a week tournament, say.
We've been playing this
Naim.
multiple games a week, bro.
Yeah,
Naim.
just like you
Well,
guys.
I'm
now.
just
Well, excuse me, ulize maswali.
I cannot say
Yeah.
I cannot say that is as good as it was, like, let's say 2 or 3 years ago when he was named the best defender in the world. And these things do happen in football. Like,
Yeah.
it's form. It will come back good, like, in a few matches. I mean,
No, it
we're
won't.
building up. Last season number 1, Van Dijk went out. We finished close to Man United. Actually, by Man United. That's how bad we were. The season.
I agree,
City
yeah.
won the league.
You guys are
Exactly.
really bad.
Van Dijk comes back last season. We go all the way out for everything. We won a treble.
What did you
Won a
win?
treble.
You won a treble.
Yeah,
Treble?
we won the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and the cup we won in Singapore.
That's not a treble. That's not a treble.
Actually, it's a quadruple.
I know you want to hold on to the Bangkok.
I mean,
I know you want to hold on to the cock of bang.
you have a point.
Zoom, it's a quadruple because we won the Shield.
Community
He
Shield.
said
Exactly.
quadruple, man.
So now
This
it's
guy
a
saying
quadruple.
quadruple. Yeah.
So,
I mean, here's the point.
so the point is when he came
No,
back,
I'm just
Naim,
saying,
when he,
this guy's a
that's how
flip-flop.
important Van Dijk is. Without him, we don't chase all the 4 titles last season: the FA Cup, Champions League, and the Prem, and the Carabao Cup. That's how crucial it was for
I
us
just like to
last
say
season.
that means, according to Eric's definition of quadruple, triple.
No, that was
double,
by side to include
In
Saddam's
his book. In his
No,
book.
if you include Saddam, you also include Arteta, who's double.
We double.
The FA Cup and the Community Shield.
Shield is not a real trophy.
You just called it a
no,
quadruple.
last
Let's
season.
call it
No,
a
what last season?
quadruple,
Last
No,
season.
I'm just saying Arteta achieved the double.
Yeah, but that was the money.
No, it still counts.
Pre-COVID.
It was just COVID.
No,
We've started. It was
before.
after COVID.
We've started
No,
counting
it was
years.
after COVID.
No, it was COVID.
After
COVID,
COVID.
period. Once the inside.
Okay, it was pre-Omicron.
No, it was Katikati.
Pre-Omicron.
Katikati.
Pre-Omicron.
Tumeanza kuona miaka mpya after COVID, like when Jesus left. Now tumeanza from 2021. You've won 0 trophies.
That doesn't make sense.
It makes after COVID, we've not won anything.
Okay, that's just stupid.
No, there is one on Mishinda.
Gani?
In Georgia?
The American one.
With Miami, huh?
Miami, yeah. Something,
Nice.
something Miami. We beat Chelsea there. Who'd you guys beat?
Nice.
Liverpool.
We beat
What do you
Liverpool,
mean?
bro.
What do you
That's
mean?
what I'm trying to say.
You beat Liverpool how much?
Mingi sana, like 4 or 5.
We beat Chelsea 4-5 pm. Lokong alifunga, bro.
So we're not
No,
that
but
good.
but Eric,
Yes.
please.
Yes.
Let's. It's match day 7, right?
8, bro.
7. You guys have played 7 games.
It was
So
Six.
it's gonna give me
Played
now.
6.
To be honest, it's gonna give me now
Smashed it.
on Man City. The real set of favorites.
Yeah, no, I agree. They're the title favorites, but we're the title contenders.
Bro, you being number 1 right
No,
now.
no, we're not talking about them. We're not talking about Arsenal. We'll get to the top of the table by die. Let's talk about where you guys feel you'll
Yes.
finish this season realistically, please.
Realistically,
yeah.
right now, if I look at the Premier League table, I think Man United have a chance to actually win the Prem. So if United have a chance to win the
Thank you
Prem,
for subscribing.
We can end the show there.
if these people have a chance to win something,
You heard it here first.
everyone else
bro.
has a chance to
No.
do it.
Where do you think you finish?
I think we win the Prem.
You Liverpool.
No, but
Ask me how we win the Prem.
how?
Now,
Here comes these calculations of his.
Now,
How
In
do
his
you
book.
go?
In his
So
book.
Man
How do you
City
win
will
with-
drop points to Spurs.
umeniuliza swali sasa
because you-
nikujibu mimi.
Sorry, man.
Ama unataka kujibu wewe mwenyewe.
And you've just lost United. How?
Listen, first of all, Arsenal are out of the picture.
Oh, yes, I agree. Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, because we're
I'm
first.
looking at Man City. City are on 17. We are on, well, we're 9.
Goal difference.
So if we win our game in hand, which is against Chelsea, we go to 13 points. So
You can beat Chelsea. You can beat Chelsea.
of course we will. So
They never do.
huh?
No, he can't.
They never
They'll
do.
draw.
we won
draw.
2 trophies. against
Hakuna
Chelsea last
penalties
season.
in
They're
Premier
drawing
League,
with Chelsea.
bro.
Wallahi, they're drawing with
Hakuna
Chelsea.
penalties in Premier League. You only draw.
I'm calling it now. 0-0.
Oh,
Shit
no.
game, then. Boring
Listen,
as fuck.
Zoom.
Graham Potter 352, bro.
Mbaya sana.
Endelea, how do you win? How do you
Exactly.
win?
Mnaniuliza maswali mob. Si wacha hata ni timu ya kwanza alafu nikame Graham Potter. Atakuwa shakwa sack by the time we play them. Oh no. We win our game in hand. We go to 5 points within Man City. 5 points within Man City. That's something.
Still behind us.
We're not talking about who are you?
Endelea.
We're not
I
talking
thought
about
you said they were title favorites.
No, I was using them to show you that by them being in the title race, we are. Everyone else is. Up to teams like, let's say, Leeds at number 11 or Bournemouth at number 12 or Everton even.
So you've chosen not to think.
That's a stretch, man.
So my point is,
He's talking about the difference.
no, my point
now,
is, ideally right now we're just 5 points behind Man City.
ideally.
And that means we play them at
You
Anfield in
haven't won
October.
your game in
We
hand.
play Chelsea.
This whole season hasn't been ideal for you guys.
No, Thiago is
you
back.
drew to 18th placed Everton. Frank Lampard.
That's a
Everton.
derby.
Oh, now it's a derby.
Yeah, it's hard. Even the season.
But you've been beating them every single season. Home and
That's
away,
not
home
true.
and
They
away.
beat us last season by 1. So we are 5 points within Man City, the real title contenders according
Right,
to
title
us in our
favorites.
book.
You see, favorites
The
means...
team to beat is Man City.
Yes,
So,
that's
yeah.
agree to that. I
Understandable.
agree.
We agree on that. Clear.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah,
agrees.
yeah,
to that.
yeah.
So now,
Agree.
us
And
being-
then mimi nimeshachapa Liverpool and nishachapa Arsenal. So I just need to beat Man City to confirm my...
na Chelsea.
Okay.
We'll get to that.
Hata
So,
Spurs walichapa
sasa
Man
ni
City
kujibu.
twice last season.
tumalize hii story by the way.
Last season. Tunasema tuongelee about the season.
Check
Why
it.
why not
Last season
the
na last
fourth
season
time,
but
the
one.
fourth time.
Tunarudisha sana, bro.
Unarudisha nyuma
Oh yeah,
bana.
tumalize hii story. So to go 5 points within Man City, we play them at Anfield in like a few weeks before the World Cup. I think in October actually, sindio? That time we're getting back on momentum and the all risk back for our big guy at the back. So we beat Man City at Anfield. We go within 2 points. Two in October. That's like being where we're good to go. So we are not worried for now. It's only you rival fans, especially Arsenal fans, who think that you are flying so high that the rest of the people cannot catch
How many
up.
points are we ahead of you?
I don't care about you people.
How many-
I care
No,
about
but
Man
see,
City.
Eric, listen. You can only look at your situation right now, and then that's how you can be able to see what you're going to be
If
doing.
I look at my situation,
look at the games against Napoli. Look at the games against Man United. Look at there's so many games you played this season
Yes.
where you have been completely shit.
Outplayed. Yeah, that's true. But now the reason why we lost those games, we're now getting our players back.
Wow. Do you know?
Our midfield is now getting back. By the time we play City, Hendo is back. Hendo should be
many
back even
points?
before the
No,
international
no,
break.
Mad, yeah? Mind the gap.
We're 9 points ahead of them.
We don't care
No,
about you people.
Eric,
That's not much, though.
That's a lot.
In September, that's not much.
No, Zoom, Nani, Saddam, I've told you this. We lost those games that we lost and drew the games that we drew because we had a problem in our team. But now that problem is getting sorted. Pole. We've got Jota is back now properly. Darwin Nunes is now back from the red card. Thiago Alcantara
Yeah,
is
no,
back. And Hendo is back.
Okay, one
You
question.
had all those
Well,
players against Napoli.
One question.
That's not true.
You did. Darwin Nunes was
Thiago
available.
was not fit and Jota, they were not fit enough to start that game.
Yeah, but they came on.
They are a big part of
They
the
trained.
game. No, they were not fully
Something
part.
else, he's saying Hendo will be back, and he
And
said
he's
here
also saying he's part of
clearly
the problem.
like Hendo is the reason why Trent is being
No,
exposed.
Hendo's form. But it's going to improve. Like these things do happen in football.
He's 31.
No, Eric, we cannot,
No,
we
age
cannot be
cannot-
talking about. We cannot be talking about if my player akiingia form. If I nikiweza kusema
Yeah.
say if Rashford akiwa form, if Martial akiwa form, if
Ifs and
Bruno
buts.
is on form,
Makes no sense.
No, but that's
If
how
Maguire
football
was
works.
on form.
No, but
Yeah,
that's how
you get- they
that's how
finish second.
football works.
Hakuna form.
Players do
Maguire,
drop.
that's how- thanks.
Forms do drop and they come back. We see that.
No. But
Obama dropped
Eric,
form for like 3 months.
Eric, you see, last season, right, when you guys were a number of points behind Man City, Chiari was the only one who was actually confident. This guy was like, we'll see.
One high- well,
Remember that?
Wallahi ni kweli.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That's true. So what's changed now? And you can't go back to that faulty argument. You can't just say, I'm not guess Jordan Henderson is going to come back to form.
I'm not
Harvey Elliott is
guessing.
going to learn
I'm
how
not
to
guessing.
defend.
No, I'm not guessing.
can't
I'm not guessing.
suggest
I'm not
that.
guessing. Don't put words into my mouth. I'm not guessing things.
That-
What
no,
do
no,
you
I'm
want
not saying-
him to put in
I'm
your
not
mouth?
saying-
What is going to
Eric,
happen?
I
Let me
didn't
tell you
say
what is
you
going to
said
happen.
you guessed.
Let me tell you what is going to happen.
I'm saying
Be
you're
specific.
guessing by the
I've
very
told you
nature.
what you're going to do.
No.
You only guesswork.
It's not guesswork.
It's guesswork. You can't guarantee
I
that
wanna
Jordan
tell you-
Henderson's
let
form
me
is
tell you-
Tashika.
Let me tell you how we're going to do it, how we've done it before. We had injuries at midfield. Thiago is now back. So that's something that is assured. His first game that he came back full game, like the game that we played Ajax, we won that game. We controlled that at least much better than we played at Napoli.
Okay,
So that's
Eric,
one thing.
Eric,
That's
Eric,
a plus thing.
Eric, one thing. So when the season started,
Yes.
most of these players were fit.
Thiago played only one game for midfield.
When the season started,
No, listen to me.
Before
Saddam.
that game, Ali, before the game.
He played half a game this season. That's where the problem started.
When the season started, before the first game, all your players were fit or available. After, because the thing is,
this guy now.
I feel like with your system,
Get him, man.
your players are easily get injured. With your system,
Yes.
so many players get injured.
Alafu, Saddam, another thing, right? A team that wants to challenge for the league, understandably needs to have depth. Trust me. So,
You saying that true?
now, if Thiago is your creative hub,
Dude, you get
if Thiago is... Stop playing with your nose.
Okay.
Thanks. Listen to me now, very carefully. So, if Thiago is your main creative hub, Skiza Eric.
And please, when you're putting things in his mouth, give consent first.
I'll try my best.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I'll try my best. But... Wow,
That was crazy.
that was a wild thing to say, bro.
No, but you complained and putting things in his mouth.
He
before
did.
Putting words in his
But
mouth,
Look,
bro.
for example, okay, I know it's recent, and I know it's Kidogo biased, but we had our captain, and our best creative player was out, and our second choice attacking midfielder was also out. Those are two options. So we put on Fabio Vieira. That's depth. And he banged the goal. You guys have Thiago, and then you complain, Thiago's injured. But what about Harvey Elliott? What about Curtis Jones? What about Naby
Curtis Jones
Keita?
is
Where's
injured.
your depth? If your depth keeps getting injured, how could you convince anyone here or anyone there that you guys can compete for the title, especially in a World Cup season? How? Impossible. You're banking on the performances of Benfica.
Get him, Zoom.
Sawa, Darwin Nunes, who was an amazing player for Benfica rather, in the Portuguese league. Sawa, I
Get him,
agree.
Zoom.
That's the reason why we signed him.
But you're here saying Diogo Jota, when he comes back, he'll be Sawa. But every single time we come here, or we bring a Liverpool fan here, Saddam, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, all you do is complain about how he's inconsistent with the ball. So you can't tell me you rely on him fully. He's a good player, yes, but he's not always available and he's not always on form. Now, the only person that you guys always
That's
was...
not true, because Jota, the only time he's been unavailable is this
Which
season.
part-
and
which
that
part is
injury,
not true of all the thing I'm
where
saying?
he said that Jota's been inconsistent with injuries, because this season is the only time Jota has missed more than 3 games, because that injury got it training with Portugal in the summer.
Okay, so that's the only issue that you have
Yeah,
with my
so you
argument.
make
So
the right
everything
things.
else you
So
agree.
make the
Your
right-
squad
so
depth
make
is
the
not
right-
good enough.
Yeah, but you see, you don't predict the injuries. Let's say
No,
like now.
nobody's telling you to.
No, you-
nobody's
but-
telling you.
but
You're
you-
missing
No,
the
You're
point.
telling me our depth is injured. Sindo, that's what you said
Yes,
first of all.
and you're starting
That is
11.
Naby Keita probably right now, and Hendo. Those are the midfielders.
And Harvey
who are
Elliott.
injured.
Well,
Harvey Elliott
why
is
do-
in. It's not
so
injured.
he's not good
and
enough.
Curtis Jones. Yeah, he's not good enough. Like
And
defensively.
neither is
off
Curtis
the ball.
Jones.
Curtis Jones is injured, Bill. Right now, the other midfielder probably Nance Archer is training with the team with the under-21s right now during the international break. So the point is, these players that we have, let's say like now, Kate and Hendo,
Oh, I forgot they got Arthur. Uh-huh.
when they are fit, and you don't predict injuries. They're part of the game. What do you want us to go and sign players every time we get injuries, like even in September? You cannot do that.
No, but also the issue is the squad depth is not good enough to find solutions within games. So, for example, against Napoli, your squad depth was not good enough. Right?
We had no squad
Right?
depth to call from during the game in Napoli, and everyone's
Who
game
played?
was
Who
off.
played? Let's discuss the starting
I
11.
need to check the lineup again.
Go for it.
Okay.
And
You
then
only had 2 games in the last 2 weeks.
The crazy thing is the issue of Liverpool and squad depth has been a discussion even last season, even the season
I
before.
feel like it's also too early.
It's always-
It's also too early to talk about depth.
We
If you're
played-
struggling with depth now, what happens in December,
Listen.
January?
or October,
It's
even
going to be crazy
October.
because the World Cup ends on the 23rd. No,
But you guys are even looking
when
far.
does it end?
October, we
December
have,
what?
October
December
is 3 games a week.
18th, right?
For every team
18th,
now.
that's the final. And then there's Christmas Boxing Day games. and then
Unaangalia
it's 3
mbali,
games.
even October is
But you
3
guys-
games
Yeah,
a
how are you
week.
gonna
But you
handle
guys-
October,
but this
November,
code,
that's
when
right.
everyone is fit, we've gone for everything with this code.
No, but
Yeah,
when-
but you've
left.
always fallen short.
When
So
now?
my
When
issue is,
now?
wait, my issue is with
We
Liverpool.
won the Champions League with this code.
Liverpool are also kind
No,
of going
squad
through.
first 11. Let's be right.
Liverpool also going through what United are going through. You guys are underfunded, man. Because if you guys want to compete with Manchester City,
And
Manchester City have signed Haaland, they've signed Calvin Phillips, who's not even
That's
playing.
true.
they said all those players with less money than Nunes. So you can't say they're not, but they're wasting
They're
their
spending,
money.
yeah.
They're spending
what
money.
did you say?
No.
And then think about this.
Liverpool are not
what did you say?
improving.
And
I
they're
don't
selling
feel.
well.
I don't feel Liverpool are improving enough season by season
What do
to
you
keep
say?
up with Manchester City.
That's because I genuinely think
'Cause
that's a Klopp issue.
'cause
Klopp
no, it's not
cannot
a Klopp-
build
it's not a Klopp
team after
issue.
team.
It's not
Yes.
a Klopp
No,
issue.
it's the
Don't
Liverpool.
shout 7 years.
It's
How
It's
many
a
years?
Fenway Group
Stop
issue,
shouting
man.
because you are
it's
wrong.
true, it's
Hold
true.
on.
It's a Fenway Group.
How many
That's
years?
not a Klopp issue. You're wrong on
It's
that.
the Fenway Group.
No, we're not
Listen,
going to allow you to
Fenway-
say
Fenway-
that.
started with Klopp.
It's the owners, bro.
Fenway started with Klopp, so you can't judge them too soon.
Fenway
But
did
what
not
you
start
ha-
with
You
Klopp.
can,
You are
because
lying.
They're not backing
You're
it in
telling
the
lies
market.
every time you
Listen,
speak.
my issue with Klopp, right, is that he built a very strong team in Borussia Dortmund, left them in relegation zone,
Facts.
right?
They were not in relegation
Fixed
zone.
them that season. He
They were
fixed
not in
them.
relegation
He said,
zone.
"I won't quit till I bring you guys back up,"
And
and
he
he
brought
did.
them
He
back
brought
up.
them back
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Good for him.
They
Yeah.
were not relegated. Ooh, nice.
Now, German Sam Allardyce.
Can we check out the situation?
Big deal.
where-
Wait.
No.
The
because
point
I
is,
want us to look
he
at the
couldn't
situation.
sustain.
Why were Dortmund there?
He couldn't
Bayern
sustain.
came and took their players, the best players.
He couldn't sustain a rebuild. That's my point.
No, listen. In German, where you build a team and then Bayern comes and takes your players, what do you expect him to
But
do?
Eric, this is the thing, right?
No. His
I
point
can't be
is
a
no,
manager.
Saddam. His point is that
No.
Klopp's mistake is we're not rebuilding. Last week,
He cannot. He's not able to.
he's not
What do
able
you
to.
mean
That's
he's not
the
able?
difference.
Last week, on the Athletic, they said Liverpool went out for Chouameni last season. There's the other guy, Nani. He's called who? The three midfielders, two of them at Real Madrid and the one at Dortmund.
Kamavinga.
Exactly. We tried to pay even
Yeah.
for
Jude
80 million
Bellingham.
for
Are
Valverde.
you going to blame them for choosing Real Madrid?
So no, listen.
No?
No, the point is.
And also, why?
Let me
Okay,
make
let
my
him
point.
finish.
Let me
Let
make
him
my point.
finish. Let
is
him finish, lads.
Klopp wants to rebuild this squad. He wants the best for his squad. So you cannot say he does not show, he does not do it. He wants to
Okay.
do it. He went for Valverde, but Real Madrid were not willing
Those are
to
good
sell.
points. Those are good points. But
So
you see,
the point is, you cannot tell me that it's a Klopp problem when
It
we
is.
know very well in the last couple of seasons,
it is.
Fenway Group have not been trying to spend on Liverpool until, let's say, this season when they got Darwin Núñez. The rest of the players that were gotten by Liverpool.
That's a Klopp problem.
were-
No, it's
it's
not-
not
it is
a
a
Klopp
Klopp
problem
problem. You know
because
why it
I'll
is?
explain. Let us
Honor,
explain
listen,
to you
it's
why
not
it's
a Klopp problem
Okay,
because
you said it's not. Let's explain to you why.
It's not a Klopp problem because there's a policy at the club, and that policy was set by the owners, the Fenway Sports Group, that money gotten from football will be spent on football. So the money that you make from Coutinho and the rest are the one that you have to use.
That's
For
why I'm
Man City-
blaming Klopp.
Also, Saddam, you don't make money by coming second. You know what I mean? You don't make money by losing Champions League finals. You get what I mean, Eric? That's the problem, is that they heavily invested in the squad. And you can't talk about, they didn't sign.
They did not heavily invest in the squad like Man City. That's
let
not
me,
true.
Let me finish.
Don't lie. Don't make.
I'm not lying. I'm not
don't
lying.
make wrong points.
I'm not lying. Let me finish. It's not actually they haven't spent money. They have.
Yes, we
And
have.
it's not actually just because through player sales. That's false. It's not that you can't tell me you've been living off Luis Suarez money and Coutinho money for the last 5 years, for the better part of a decade.
Because you haven't
Wait.
sold a single player of that value ever
Let me
since.
finish. Let me
we
finish.
have a net
Let me
spend of
finish.
zero from those seasons where they have to sell
Bullshit.
players to buy
That's
players.
bullshit.
It's not
because-
bullshit because it's the club.
No,
Policy. What
that's
we do.
bullshit. You did. They've made some really bad signings, and they choose to ignore them because Naby Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain,
Keita, it's injuries.
Get in. But still, eventually, what you're looking
He's
at.
a really good player.
He might be. You're right. I think he's very technically gifted. But at the end of the day, in the grand scheme of things, it's a bad signing. And listen, Man City, they spend well and they get their targets, but they also spend smart. They don't. For example, if they went, I swear to God, if Haaland didn't exist and they went for 100 million for Darwin Núñez, wallahi, they would have said no.
Yeah.
That's why Chelsea, the dickheads, went and spent 60 million on Kukurea.
Do you know why City will get
You
all those
guys
players
went
they
and
want?
spent 100 million Darwin Núñez because Man City flexed their wallets. So you guys were like, we have to respond.
Also,
and then they
100
sold money
million
for
or
85.
Was 80 or
Man
100?
City, Man City said they won't buy
100
Maguire.
million euros.
Listen, Man City will cut Maguire at
talking
that
euros
price.
now.
We bought him. So the people you're competing with are making much more transfers that are making
Exactly.
sense.
They went and
It's Man
spent
City
Julian
you're competing
Alvarez.
with.
Julian Alvarez was bought for how much? 16
Guys.
million?
Yeah.
15 million?
Yeah, yeah.
Every
Like,
3
those
years.
are just smart
No,
signings.
Much better player than Núñez,
Yeah,
by far.
look, I know Calvin Phillips is injured right now, right? I know he's injured, right? But 40 million for him is not a bad signing. But you guys want to go up to 100 million for Jude Bellingham? That's ridiculous.
But you see, listen to the point. This is how you buy the player and this is how much you come and pay him. If we buy Haaland right now from Dortmund last season, let's say for 60 million, Sindio, our owners cannot afford to pay him the amount of salary that he wants. That's the situation that we are right now.
But now,
there's an issue. There's about buying and paying salaries.
No.
Buying, it's one-off. You pay, you pay in 3 years.
Eric.
But now you need to sustain those players. Our policy, remember, it's only Mohamed Salah who has become the first player now to break that ceiling.
What's the wage structure? You guys have a very
Salah is now
small
350 after
wage
that
structure.
contract. Sindio?
Yeah.
The rest of them players, they are like Uko 220. Akina now Van Dijk and Thiago Alcantara. So there's that gap. And that came
Because
after
they don't
the-
deserve.
No, that's the
They
gap.
don't deserve to get paid
220.
Haaland money.
Oh, no, listen. You
Eric,
cannot say that because
Eric.
Van Dijk has been the best defender in the world like the last 4 years. So you cannot tell me he doesn't deserve it. They deserve. They won the Champions League for Liverpool.
Listen,
and the
go
Prem.
ahead, Saddam.
Eric, Klopp alikam, he assembled a team that won the Champions League. So
Against
we
Spurs.
can say that's his first successful team that he made.
Yeah.
Sindio? Kina Trent, Kina Robertson, Kina Van Dijk. Every single transfer he has made ever since has been a flop.
That's not true.
Also, Saddam, it's
That is
just
not-
rich.
let me answer
it's
that.
just rich.
Let me answer
no,
that.
No, no,
That's not true.
I just want to add on to it, and then you can answer it. It's also rich saying we don't spend money because a few years ago, all these guys would tell us is, do you know Robertson was like 12M?
Yeah.
You know Trent, 0. You know, like Shaqiri, 12. Divock Origi, 5M. Gomez, free. You know, like where's the smart
We build-
signings now?
You've said
Because he
every
can't.
single
They
sign-
can't. I think that's what I'm saying. It's a
Klopp
rebuilding issue.
he cannot rebuild.
But
He
we-
doesn't.
doesn't know how to rebuild.
Listen, you cannot say that because we are now in a situation where now you need to change the squad, and we've started doing that. Ask me how we've started doing that.
You know what?
We've
Okay.
seen it,
You have
Eric.
not.
We
you
don't
have
need
But
to
you
ask
see,
you.
transition takes time. You've been taking 10 years to transition on your side.
We've taken even longer.
Exactly.
Don't make this
So
about us.
how comes-
Don't make this
So
about us.
how comes-
Don't
so-
make this about us because
no.
you can't.
This is
How
a
comes you guys
transition
are-
matter.
You are allowed to take 10 years to transition, but Klopp is not allowed to
Yeah,
take
this
like
is a
2 years.
transition
Because
matter.
he already delivered success. We had Arsene Wenger
We're in
who
the
was
process
failing.
of getting a new squad, and that squad now, you like Mane has transitioned to Bayern Munich. Sindio, Firmino is going to leave this season. Now we've brought in Diogo Jota from last season. We've brought in Fabio Carvalho, a young guy from Fulham. We've brought in Darwin Núñez, who is 22 years.
Is that good enough depth for a title?
But you
George?
build that properly.
So
slowly.
what you're saying, what you're admitting, kind of, that you won't say out loud, and I can see it now,
Yeah, I've
is that
seen it.
you're not
Lacking depth.
You're not pushing for the title this season.
And you're lacking
Fabio
depth.
Carvalho, Diogo Jota will be ready for next season.
No. Listen, these players that we signed last season, when everyone was available, we went all the way up. So these players that we got this season and probably last season, they're good enough to be able like to supplement whatever we have to go a step further, which is like let's say winning the Prem. But now that's where now the injury is coming now. They deter you from winning some of these things. So Diogo Jota, Carvalho, Núñez, and Kina Gomez, and Kina Trent,
Diaz.
they are still guys. Diaz, they are guys of the future, but still right now they need to do jobs here and there. So I can say rebuilding doesn't take, let's say, like 2 seasons. Why do you want Klopp to take 2 seasons? Yet Arsenal, United, you guys have taken 10 years.
We're
to
comparing
transition.
him.
That's a
with-
completely
for the-
different batch.
No,
of
it's
apples.
because it's transition. Rebuilding a team.
Eric, for the
The
last
point
10 years.
is-
Eric, for the last 10 years. Listen. We've had Man City and we have Liverpool. You can arguably say those are the guys who are competing for the league.
And it's so hard for us to compete with Man City.
No, it's not hard.
It's hard.
It's just different because Pep can do it so easily, but Klopp cannot.
Yeah. Can I now
How
tell
come
you
you
why?
have one right back
Okay.
for the last 4 years?
Yeah.
You have one right back for the last 4 years.
Now they've signed
Can
a
I
new
now
right
tell
back,
you we have
Calvin
Calvin
Ramsey.
Ramsey and Milner could play there. And Gomez could play there.
Now.
Milner could
Eric.
play there and Gomez could play there. Let me tell you why we cannot compete with Pep Guardiola. If you look at the transfer books, every 2 seasons, Man City spend more than any other team in the world.
That's not true.
Wongo.
Let's go to the books now. I want us to.
That's
Their
true.
their
That's
net
true,
spend.
That's
wait,
true.
Wait, Eric.
No, I'm
Their
not
net
talking about
spend
The only
this
team that has
season-
outspent City was Arsenal last season.
No, I'm
No,
talking.
but this-
I'm talking
the
in
amount of
a
money they
period
sold.
of 3 years.
They sold
Every
players.
3
But
years.
why are you talking about expenditure and
net
then leaving
spend
out
or-
net
No,
spend?
I'm trying
Net
to show
spend.
you. I'm trying to show you why it's hard to compete with
Who
Man
did
City.
they sign last season?
Jack Grealish for 100 million.
For
bro.
100 million. He was a good player. He's
For
a good
100
player.
million.
That's it, one player. That's a whole summer's transfer
These guys
budget.
have never even signed anyone over 80 million
They've
pounds,
signed
bro.
one player now.
Can I finish?
In- After
80 million
5
pounds,
years, bro.
Plus Diogo Jota, plus
Wallah, I
Luis
tried to
Diaz.
jump on this agenda, but I can't, man.
Guys.
It's the Fenway group that is
Guys,
fucking
listen,
up
it's
Klopp,
every
man.
3
It's
years.
what's
Klopp has
success.
You don't want to listen
limitations.
to facts.
Klopp
We
has
Google facts
limitations.
right now because
Google
of
the
time.
facts.
Klopp has limitations, but at the same time, when you're competing with
But his main
a
weakness-
club that has an open checkbook,
Guys,
and then your
exactly.
team
No,
can't
nine
pay
bullshit.
certain
No,
rates.
so that we
We
can't
can't
run away
say
from the
that
fact
because
that
Robertson. They talk about how the Klopp has attracted players with less money. So
Yeah.
spending money is not a problem.
No, you cannot keep
Rebuilding a team is a
attracting good
problem.
players every
Rebuilding-
time. No,
no,
listen, just
rebuilding
because
a team.
Saddam, just because Klopp attracted Robertson 7 years ago doesn't mean like every single season he's gonna attract some.
So
cheap
he
player
guessed. Do
somewhere.
you think? Are you saying he
Yeah,
guessed?
so that's what I mean. Is that he can't do it recurrently.
You cannot guess
He
players
can't
every
rebuild
single
a team.
time.
He doesn't have a good
And
enough
the
scouting
market has-
network.
I think he
no,
does.
He doesn't have a good
And
technical
no,
director.
that's not true.
he does.
The market
He
has
does.
changed. The
What
market
do you
has
mean? You
changed.
think he doesn't?
I
have
think he
no-
does,
bro.
Guys,
I think he's
you
replaced
cannot compete
Mane
with
with
Man
Diaz
City.
already.
Every 3 years.
Carvalho looks like a good buy.
Every 3 years, Man City outspent every single club in the world. And that's including PSG who signed Neymar at some point and Kylian Mbappe from Monaco. Every 3 years, we can Google that and look. Every 3 years, the way Man City do spend money. So you're telling me,
How much?
Jurgen Klopp, Man City have the ability and the advantage of going to City and splash money, and of going to Aston Villa and splash 100 million on Jack Grealish. Doesn't work. Next season, go somewhere else, gets a player, gets like 3 players for more than 120 million euros. There's no other club who have that advantage
So, okay.
to spend money like that. Every transfer
Chelsea
window.
have it. It doesn't work. Chelsea have
They
it.
won the
Man
Champions League.
United. Man United have done it. Man United have actually spent the most money.
We spend more money
But
than
what,
Man
you,
City.
what everybody
But the
else? What
difference
you
is- No,
salty,
no, no,
salty
no,
guy.
no, no, no.
You've not spent money more than Man City.
You
No,
have
no one has spent more than
1.4
City, bro.
billion.
No,
No, we have spent more than Man
1.4
City.
billion.
By
This
far.
is-
Nah, you've not spent more than Man City in the
Oh,
last
you need
10,
to check
15,
yours.
10 years.
No,
No,
you
check.
need to
Check.
bro.
No, check.
You need
Wallahi,
to
they
check,
spent
bro.
more.
No,
We're
no.
number
Kia
one.
Mungu they have.
They
We're number
spent
2.
money more than City in 2 transfers. That's true. When
not
they
true.
go Harry Maguire that season and last season when they go Sancho, there's no other time where United outspent City.
This
It's
season,
not true.
this season.
It's not true.
Let's
This
look
season.
at it.
United,
this season, yeah,
ever
this season.
since
This season.
So that's
Ferguson,
3.
United have spent almost 1.5 billion
Let's
pounds.
not continue.
That's cap,
Let's
man.
No,
count.
that's true.
That's
It's an
cap, bro.
actual
No, you're lying,
fact.
Zoom.
That's cap.
Let's look now. Let's not continue.
Okay, hapa.
You're lying. Angalia kwa book.
Okay, the point is,
No, you cannot make wrong
so
points.
how? So we've seen so many managers have really good teams in the Premier League. Of all the managers we've seen, sawa, Mourinho, Fergie, Wenger.
We're also
Pep,
good with our
Klopp.
team.
Like, where does Klopp rank? Is Klopp in your top 5? I don't think he's in my top 5 because
If
he
he's in
hasn't
top
done
5,
anything.
if he's in the top 5, then so is
Ranieri.
yeah.
Nani amesema
Ranieri.
top 5? Nani amesema top 5?
No, if he is.
Ranieri is
So
in
why are you
top
making up
5.
stuff?
If Klopp is there, then Ranieri has a
If Klopp
shout. man.
is, if
Ranieri
Klopp
never won the
They
Champions
share-
League.
They share the 5th spot.
I think I genuinely think Klopp and Ranieri are tied 8.
8.
Yes,
Okay, so what's your 5? What's your top 5?
Pep Guardiola,
Pep, Fergie,
Mourinho.
and then Mourinho.
No, for me, Mourinho.
Those are 3.
Yeah, you know what? Yes,
Then,
Pep. Okay, Pep, Mourinho,
Mm.
Fergie, Wenger, Ancelotti,
So you put together, okay, so.
maybe.
Maybe even Conte there.
Even
Oh, yeah,
Conte.
there's Conte as
Yeah,
well.
Conte won in his first full season.
Comfortably then.
So-
there was no COVID, there was no water break, nothing.
Yeah.
Ali win clean.
What are we considering now when you put like, let's say, someone like Conte? Because what I understand is what you do with the squad in Europe and in the Premier League should also count, because Klopp was
So we
able
are
to-
Champions League. Okay, wake up over Tuchel.
Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah, so we are Champions League. Huh?
Yeah, you need to
Di
look
Matteo?
at
Di
look at
Matteo.
someone's performance across, let's say, the seasons when he was in
Benitez?
the Premier League.
Benitez as
So-
well, bro.
I do think Jurgen Klopp is clear of Antonio Conte by virtue of winning the Champions League with that squad.
No, but see, are we
Where did you put Conte?
considering Champions League?
You know,
Because see,
it's
of
the
all
same
the,
squad
of
that
all the
won
managers,
Champions
listen,
League.
let's put it, of all the managers who've won one Premier League title, I think the one with COVID should be the last.
What do you mean the one
My
with
opinion.
COVID?
The one
Because
during
I
the
really
COVID
think that
season.
point
Yeah.
doesn't
Which one is
start
the most
because-
emphatic one? Like the Leicester City one is much more memorable.
Ranieri's winning with Leicester is much better
Guys,
than...
listen.
Can we agree on one thing, was Eric? Ranieri winning with Leicester is better than...
Ranieri is a special
Klopp.
story because that's Leicester. They're not chance to
No,
win the
so-
league. I mean,
so-
that's
so-
obvious.
yes or no?
So is
That's
it
obvious, of
okay,
course, yes.
so he's
That's
below
obvious.
Ranieri.
That's no. The point is,
In 10 years, 2 trophies.
Tumalize video saying
Jurgen Klopp,
Yeah.
Jurgen Klopp was able to deliver a Champions League and Premier League in a span of 2 seasons. Antonio Conte delivered only the Prem, and it's the same squad that he did. And number 2, who is the other manager that you said? You talk about COVID. I think that point doesn't start because we had played like that 1 games by the time the league was cancelled. the season that should be considered a COVID season.
COVID started in
was
February, March, January, February.
Yeah, by that time we had played that 12 games for us.
You said Arsenal will come top
Can't
by
have
January
played.
and they lost.
Bro,
Yeah.
we were one.
Can't play 31 games in March.
We were
man.
one win
You can't
away.
play, but they can't play the games in
We
January.
were one win away from winning the league by the time they postponed the league.
You're actually capping.
No, I'm not happy because we were to beat Everton on a Monday, then we win the league, and then they cancelled
You
the
see,
game.
I would remember if this was a memorable league win.
It's not
But I
that.
don't.
Listen, the league that you
So
can
I don't understand what we're
concede, the
talking
league
about.
that you,
And
it's up to
we
you.
stopped playing for almost how many months? 3 months?
3 months.
The league that you
So
can
they didn't play football in 3
consider,
months.
the league that you can consider COVID league for real was the following season, the 2020-21 season, where now the entire season was played by closed door, 5 substitutes. Our league, the first bit of the season, like for ISO games that we played, where we were just one win away. We played with 3 substitutes. The stadiums were full. The game was real. Like everything was real. It was real.
No, but it's a COVID title.
That's up to you. No one calls it COVID title. I need to.
Anyway,
call
it's going to
someone
be interesting to see Klopp rebuild this squad. We can move on now.
It's
And
not
at the end
that
of the
bad
day,
because-
it's been 10 years of Klopp and it's only been 2 trophies.
10 years.
That's so underwhelming.
How many years has he been?
Four.
Tuchel has a better win
8,
percentage.
4 years.
Yeah.
If you
Listen,
look-
Tuchel has a
It's
better
4
win
years of
percentage.
Klopp.
Arteta has a better
Yeah.
win percentage.
Yeah.
It's
Honor.
6 years of Klopp.
Mathematically, if you are there
How
for
many
a
years
short
has
time,
Klopp has been there?
if you're there for a short time, it
How
means you
long,
have a
how
better
long?
win rate.
Eric, how
How
long?
long has
Klopp has
Klopp
been there
been?
for 7 years right now.
7 years, 2 trophies. And,
he-
you guys know, but you
what
guys...
do you mean 2 trophies?
It's the Champions League and Premier League.
What about the others?
Which
Major
ones?
trophies.
The ones
So
that
now
Arsenal
they count
won.
as major
Which
trophies.
ones,
So that
man?
one
The
Arsenal
FA
won.
Cup and the Carabao
Which
Cup
FA
and
Cup,
Club
bro?
Super. Last season took the FA Cup.
No, it's not FA Cup last season.
Last season?
Yeah, and Carabao.
My
Kuna
bad. My
kuna
bad.
wani,
Sorry,
kuna
doesn't kunya.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So,
So he's been there for 7 years, and the first 3 years or 4 years, it was clearing the mess that was left by Rodgers and the
4
other guys.
years? Wow.
3 years, I said
3
3
years,
2
3
to
years.
3 years. And genuinely, you guys can see it like we did a lot of work like to clear that mess and then build a squad that can
I
win
agree.
Champions League.
I agree. Even Arsenal,
So-
even Arteta had to do that with
No,
Arsenal.
it's not yet there. Please, when you talk about club, don't talk about Mikel Arteta.
So we're challenging for the league this season.
You're not. We're in September.
Okay, why you? But why do you say you'll? Why do you think you'll be at top of the table for the next 7 months?
7
so many
months.
reasons. Where do I start?
Do you think you have a premiership winning side?
Well, for example, I think we've seen the squad depth at play.
Against Brentford?
Yeah, against Brentford at home. The only team, I checked the stats by the way. It wasn't that nobody else has beaten them. United actually beat them home and away in the Premier League, not
You
in
told
the
you
FA
that.
Cup. Yeah, I know, but I had to double check. I don't trust him. But the only team to have beaten Brentford or have had more XG, expected goals, at Brentford in the Premier League than Brentford when they were playing against them is Arsenal and Man City. Everybody else struggled.
So we beat them 3-1 and 3-0, but they had more XG.
3-0.
We beat them 3-1
You
and
beat them
3-0.
3-0.
Yeah, we beat them 3-0.
No,
So
but
you
so
guys
we
have
also
won
did that,
the-
but they
Yeah,
had
you
more
guys
XG.
beat them. Yeah, well, I did it.
Okay, fair.
So you guys have won the Brentford Premier League.
XG, yeah.
Nice.
Brentford Cup.
So we've seen the squad depth at play. I think there's real squad depth now.
At Brentford, yeah.
Bias, huh?
Bye.
Ivan Toney,
Bye.
Ronaldo to make top 4.
You know what? You know how the Thomas Frank described him.
No, Saliba.
These guys are
Yeah.
picking beef. They're beefing with Brentford players.
So, you know how he described
that's-
Saliba.
You're too big for that.
You know
but
he described Saliba.
Arsenal players have been traditionally easily rattled.
Imagine by Brentford. You should be rattled by Man City players or Man
Gabriel Magalhaes
United.
tweeted nice kickabouts.
Actually, he ran a documentary.
Yes.
Wale, they printed the tweet wakaleta kwa dressing room to discuss.
Oh,
You
so
see,
nice.
mentality of the
Oh, they
club
did
has
that?
changed.
Yeah, I saw.
Exactly. It shows like we
That's
don't
why-
allow small teams
No,
to
that's
beat
why
us
Arsene
anymore.
Wenger can never come back right now because he's ashamed.
We don't allow small teams
He's
to beat us.
ashamed of you right
That's
now.
why.
Imagine Vieira anaanga
Small
nini
teams
akiona.
like Brentford. you know,
Vieira used
these
to
small
beef
teams.
with akina
No
Roy
way.
Keane.
Zamani angesema Man United sasa anaogopa.
Ona,
anaogopa,
Hana-
eh.
hana sura.
You're not a small team.
Shut
Tulizo
up.
angesema hivyo.
Did you guys know?
Angesema hivyo 2 weeks
Vieira used to
ago.
beef
You
with
guys
akina
know?
Roy Keane, si ndio?
Yeah, yeah.
Sasa they're beefing with Ivan Toney and Buemo.
Ah, but
Well, Keane used to tuck his shirt in, bro. What kind of a holding midfielder was that? Anyway, listen. The only team to drop points against the highest next position placed team.
What are
in
you
the
saying,
league
bro?
Is Arsenal. Arsenal dropped.
I'm telling you, you're bringing the most quirky facts
Listen,
I've ever had, man.
Arsenal
You
is the
want
only
somebody-
team-
You know, Naim, let me tell you, it's so good right now.
No,
They're
such
winning the
like-
games. When
yeah.
they stop winning, the bunch will be so sweet because you're gonna remind him everything that he
I
said.
can't wait.
Yeah, it's
So,
like- you know
Arsenal,
very
for
well
example,
it's coming soon.
Drop points against Man United, who are currently, nine.
fifth.
Well done, Saddam. You're actually a United fan. You know who Man City dropped points against and arguably should have lost?
Someone put off his mic.
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
And-
Tottenham. You know who?
And Newcastle.
Tottenham. You know who?
Yeah.
West Ham. You know where
That's
West
a
Ham
derby,
are?
though.
Chelsea. You know who?
That's a derby, though.
You know Chelsea who they drop points to?
See.
Southampton.
Southampton, yeah.
And Leeds.
And Leeds as well.
You know? Liverpool.
No, check on-
Everton.
That's a derby.
Crystal Palace.
United.
No, you're a small team.
Palace do turn
Not a
up when
small
they
team,
see us.
bro.
You guys, they play like normal because you guys are peers.
Okay, cool story. But the point is, you drop points to them.
Yeah.
While everybody else, United, who they drop points to?
Yeah, small
Brentford
teams.
and
Brentford, yeah.
and
Small
Brighton.
teams, but emphatically.
No, but it's our small
Brighton.
teams. We beat big teams.
Yeah, it's true. No, wallah, it's true.
It is true.
But wait, do we count Liverpool as big teams?
For last season.
For last season, okay, so.
Tentatively.
So right now, I just feel like this is everything's working with us, you know.
Yeah.
Gabriel Magalhaes, Martinelli, and Jesus not being picked for Brazil is a blessing in disguise.
They're not good enough for Brazil.
Fantastic. Hata Brazil wanatolewa quarterfinals.
Last week nilikuuliza
And I'm a
ukasema they're
Brazil
winning.
fan. I'm a Brazil fan.
You told me they win the World Cup last
If
week.
you don't pick the three Gabbies, you lose, I think.
Only one can start for Brazil.
So the point is,
Only one can start for Brazil.
that acts
Which
as
one?
a blessing in
Gabriel
disguise.
Jesus.
Where?
Firmino, bro. It's fucking Firmino.
No, Firmino is not the
No,
competition.
it's not Firmino.
It's not Firmino.
Who's
They play Neymar, Vini, and
Neymar
nani?
achezeshwi striker.
No, asema front line was Neymar, Vini na Pedro.
But you know, between Vini and Neymar, who's going to play on the left?
Would you pick Pedro or Gabriel?
No. They're playing a 4-2-3-1, bro.
Yeah, with
Honor.
Cunha, I think.
Do you know they didn't pick Gabriel from your team? He's a striker.
The-
They have a
the
guy
shit,
called
bro.
Pedro who is the
Huh?
top scorer in the Champions League in South America. They're going to play him number 9. He's called Pedro.
Jesus was the top scorer in Champions League in South America when he was 19 before he moved to Man City. Who the fuck gives a shit?
And then he dropped. He declined when he went to
He
City.
declined. Okay, but now where is
That's
he?
true, though,
Where is
still.
he at?
But I'm a decline. I'm a downgrade. kwa
Second
Arsenal.
most productive player
playing
in the
for
league.
Europa League club.
Second most productive player in the league.
Isaac has more goals than Jesus, bro.
No, he doesn't.
No, it does not.
Nah, that's not true, bro.
There's a player.
It was a
though.
soccer agenda. What do you mean?
This guy and Azag, you know that's the agenda for last week.
Isaac has 2 goals.
That's crazy. No, the 2 weeks ago. That's 2 weeks ago.
No,
We didn't
but
record
there's
last week.
before.
That's mad.
There's a
Who did you want to
striker.
say?
It's Saka, bro.
No,
It's Saka.
Eric, Saka.
Isaac has more
These
goals
are
than
my
Saka.
reasons.
That is what
So
you want to say.
I've mentioned my reason. I think the squad depth is very good.
Oh,
and I think-
Mitrovic has more goals than Jesus.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
He doesn't.
Jesus
does,
scored
bro.
2 goals on Sunday, though.
He scored 2.
No, one.
He scored
He
1.
didn't score, bro.
Jesus scored 1
Oh,
on Sunday.
who? Jesus. He's saying
Mitrovic
Jesus.
has
Didn't
more
score.
goals
He
this
doesn't.
season.
Mitrovic didn't even score over the weekend.
I don't know. I don't trust
He scored
him.
1.
Let me check, but I don't trust him.
He didn't score against Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, bro,
Hakufunga.
have some faith,
I have him on FPL,
Oh,
bro.
yeah, hakufunga,
No
hakufunga.
Mia, walifunga bao tatu. By the way, we'll talk about FPL in a bit because
not finished yet?
rafiki yangu
Oh.
wana struggle.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we have the right squad depth, and I think we'll add more players in January.
Why are you telling us you are not part of this discussion today?
What do you mean?
We're not talking about Arsenal, though.
Yeah, we are. You can't not talk about the top of the table.
Wait. Mitrovic has way more goals than Jesus.
How many?
2 more.
So 5, and then
7 and 4.
and how many assists?
Sasa kuna
How many
caveat.
assists?
Tuna count assists.
All right,
Talk
well,
caveats.
Jesus, you guys can
My point
hold those
stands,
goalposts.
man.
Saka is not scoring this
Jesus.
season, though.
He has 1 goal.
He's a winger. We don't need him to score.
Last
Just create
season, Sanko
chances.
Afunga.
How many assists does he have?
I don't know.
3. That's 3 times as many
Yes, who?
as Jadon Sancho, and he cost 17.
Sancho's more goals, though.
Sanchez has more goals, man.
Against
How
bigger
many?
teams. Against bigger teams.
Against bigger teams, man.
Kwanza he scored
Sancho has
against
a goal
Sancho
against
scored
the big
four
team
goals.
themselves.
He has 4 goals, man.
Saka has a goal against the big team themselves.
One
Okay,
goal.
that's a
yeah,
good
it's one
point.
goal,
That's a
bro.
good point.
It doesn't matter. The point is, Saka, yeah, fantastic player, but overall, I don't want to get into the nitty gritties of the squad. You've seen Zinchenko, Kieran Tierney, fantastic. Saliba, the best centre back in the league.
Oof. Yeah, that was why
He's starting over Varane. There's no way Varane starts.
No,
They're
what?
starting together. What do you mean?
No, Saliba is like a Varane player,
Nah,
but
man.
with more attacking.
Varane is the vice captain
But
of
you
France.
see,
bro.
Varane
There's no
kuna
way they're
experience.
playing that game without Varane.
Maguire is the captain of Manchester
that's not
United.
the
What's
same
what,
thing,
man?
bro.
Jackie, Varane kuna experience.
Bruno is the captain
So
of
what?
Manchester United.
So what? Experience
If
counts.
you're old enough, you're good enough. Check with Nwaneri.
I'm telling you, Saliba is playing
with
next to
Nwaneri.
Varane.
Huh?
If Saliba is playing next
Bro,
to Varane.
Kimpembe is better than Varane.
Nah,
It's not been called out.
They are chatting so much.
Kimpembe
bro.
Tell-
hater.
Lucas Hernandez is better than.
What?
Lucas Hernandez
You're
is better than
talking so much rubbish right now, man. Lucas Hernandez is better than Varane.
this agenda.
Mzoni bro wake ako similar na acha ujinga.
Those
I really know how to turn a rule against each other. Bro. Yeah. So I just think we have one of the best attacks in the league. We definitely have the best defense. We're the best team in set pieces across all 5 leagues in Europe. Top of the table, man. Can't change anything about it. Look at him. He's struggling. He hates it. He hates it. We're 9 points ahead of you. You guys are going to play Man City. You're going to lose.
Why concerned
Haaland is going
about
to
us?
score a
You should
hat trick.
concern about Man City.
Haaland's going to score a hat trick.
Honor.
We're going to be 12 points ahead of you soon.
Why are you
know
concerned
that?
about Liverpool?
We're going to beat Tottenham.
We have 3 minutes.
We're going to beat Tottenham. Sawa.
Saddam, we're not even their
So
rivals.
your next game is Spurs. Their next game is
Who cares?
No.
Small
Sisi.
team.
They'll probably lose.
Kuna
I
They'll
hope-
probably drop
Brighton.
points.
Brighton.
Aye, Brighton. Woo! Deserbi.
By the time we play
Deserbi.
by the time we play them tutakuwa hivi.
tunataka City.
By the time we play them tutakuwa hivi.
You guys mtaweza draw, wallahi mnaweza draw.
Wallahi.
Wallahi mnaweza draw, wallahi.
Wallahi.
Mjikaze tu mko wewe, si ndio?
Hiyo date za
Why
Casemiro
concerned
McTominay
about
na
us?
Eric, be honest. Sawa. This is Man City agenda now. You want Man City to drop points, we want Man City to drop points. For different reasons. You don't like them, we want to challenge for the league.
Don't involve me in your internal
Wait.
affairs,
I'm
like,
just saying.
I'm not part of you.
Wait, I'm
We
just
have
saying.
our
Let me
own
finish.
reasons, valid
Let me
reasons.
finish.
No, you're saying
Listen,
my
hear
enemy
me
of
out.
my enemy is my
Hear me
friend.
out. Hear me out. Sawa. Do you think United can get a draw against Man City?
Let me tell you, every single season when we go the season, there are some teams that expect Man City to drop points against.
Man
Man United is
Man
one
is
of them.
them.
So no.
You're not one of them.
Yes,
Sawa,
but we are one of
But
them.
Man United,
Yes.
Thank you
Yes,
very
they
much.
are.
Please subscribe, like.
And share.
title challenge on.